Hold on tight, for these are stories that may keep you up at night. 1. The Lemp Mansion, Missouri. In St. Louis, Missouri, the Lemp Mansion loomed ominously over the street. Emily and her friends decided to explore its haunted halls. The Lemp family faced many tragedies here, Emily said, her voice hushed. They say the spirits of the family still roam these halls. Paranormal expert Troy Taylor said, the Lemp Mansion is a sad reminder of how sorrow and despair can imprint themselves on a place. As they reached the top of the stairs, a ghostly apparition appeared. I felt a cold hand on my shoulder, Emily gasped, and the room suddenly grew silent. It was as if the spirits were trying to communicate their sorrow. Her friend Jake stared at the apparition, his voice barely a whisper. Who are you? The ghostly figure seemed to fade, leaving only a chill in the air. Emily shuddered. They were the owners of this house, doomed to wander forever. 2. The Ghosts of Eastern State Penitentiary, Pennsylvania. In the dead of night, Mark and his friends explored the crumbling remains of Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. The air was thick with tension as they ventured deeper into the prison's labyrinthine corridors. Did you hear that? Mark whispered, freezing in place. A distant, anguished cry echoed through the halls. His friend Sarah looked around nervously. This place feels so heavy, almost like it's alive. There is a heaviness here that seeps into your bones, remarked a seasoned ghost hunter. It's as if the walls themselves remember the pain, historian Paul Kahan said. Eastern State's history is one of pain and punishment, a fertile ground for ghostly activity. As they turned a corner, a shadowy figure flickered and vanished. Mark's heart raced. We need to leave, he urged, but his friends were transfixed by the eerie atmosphere. I want to know more, Sarah insisted. What happened to these prisoners? Mark hesitated before answering. Many were driven to madness by solitary confinement. Some say their spirits are still trapped here, searching for a way out. 3. The Bell Witch of Tennessee. In the quiet countryside of Adams, Tennessee, Lisa and her family settled into their new home. It wasn't long before strange occurrences began. One night, Lisa woke to find her younger brother talking to someone invisible. Who are you talking to? She asked, her voice shaking. The lady? He replied innocently. She says her name is Kate. The Bell family was tormented by an unseen entity that inflicted physical harm and spoke to them in chilling voices. John Bell, the family patriarch, allegedly met his end at the hands of the witch. Folklorist Charles Bailey Bell, a descendant, wrote, "The witch's laughter still echoes through the hollows. Her spirit is as real as the trees and the wind." Lisa confided in her friend, Emily, who was skeptical. "A witch? Are you serious?" "You don't understand," Lisa insisted. "I saw her. She was right there, whispering in his ear." Emily shivered. "What does she want?" "I don't know," Lisa admitted. "But I think she's angry, and I think she wants us to suffer like she did." 4. The Myrtles Plantation, Louisiana. At the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana, Sarah and her friends gathered around a flickering candle. The legend of Chloe, the ghostly slave, had drawn them here. "Do you think we see her?" one friend whispered, eyes wide with fear. Journalist Francis Camine, who lived at Myrtles, recounted, "The air is thick with sorrow and whispers. The ghosts here are a part of the very fabric. A sudden draft extinguished the candle, and a cold hand brushed Sarah's cheek. "She's here," she whispered, feeling Chloe's presence. Sarah's friend, Michael, looked around nervously. "Why does she stay here?" "Chloe was hanged after poisoning the family," Sarah explained. "She haunts this place, seeking redemption for her sins." Michael frowned. "Redemption or revenge?" Sarah shrugged. "Maybe both. The past isn't so easily forgotten." 5. The Winchester Mystery House, California. In San Jose, California, the bewildering Winchester Mystery House awaited its latest visitors. As they wandered through the maze-like mansion, they felt a growing sense of unease. Why did she build it like this? One visitor asked, bewildered by the nonsensical architecture. Sarah Winchester was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. The guide explained. She built this house with no end to confuse vengeful ghosts. Researcher Janan Boheme noted. Sarah's madness was a desperate attempt to find peace. Suddenly, a door slammed shut, and they were plunged into darkness. "Did you hear that?" Someone whispered, their voice barely audible over the pounding of their heart. Anna, a historian, added, "Every corner of this house tells a story of fear and loss." Sarah believed the constant construction would appease the spirits. "Did it work?" Another visitor asked, his voice trembling. "No," Anna replied softly. "The spirits are still here, and so is Sarah." 6. The Haunting of the Stanley Hotel, Colorado. As the sun set behind the Rocky Mountains, a cold wind whispered through the halls of the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park. Emily, a curious guest, cautiously entered room 217. "I've read the stories," she said, her voice trembling. "This is where it happened, isn't it?" The guide nodded, his eyes grave. "Yes, this room is infamous. Guests have reported seeing Mrs. Wilson, the former head housekeeper, folding clothes or turning lights on and off. Suddenly, the lights flickered and a chill filled the room. "Did you see that?" Emily gasped, clutching her friend's arm. "Is she here with us now?" "Perhaps," the guide replied solemnly. Renowned paranormal investigator Lorraine Warren once said, "The Stanley Hotel has a unique energy. The spirits there are playful, yet they demand respect." As they continued the tour, Emily couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. "What do you think they want?" she whispered. The guide paused, looking thoughtful. "I believe they seek acknowledgement. The spirits of this hotel have stories to tell, and they choose to tell them to those who listen." 7. The Queen Mary, California. Our final story takes us aboard the RMS Queen Mary, now docked in Long Beach, California. As the group wandered the ship's dimly lit corridors, they felt an overwhelming sense of unease. The Queen Mary is infamous for its ghostly passengers, the guide said. The most well-known specter is Jackie, a little girl who drowned in the ship's pool. Psychic medium Bonnie Vent once said, "The Queen Mary is a vessel of memories where the past and present collide. The spirits on board are a testament to the lives and deaths of those who once sailed her." Suddenly, a child's laughter echoed through the ship, sending chills down their spine. "Did you hear that?" one of them whispered, eyes wide with fear. Mary, a paranormal enthusiast, asked, "What happened to Jackie?" "She drowned in the second-class pool," the guide explained. "Her playful spirit is often seen and heard, laughing and splashing." Mary's friend, John, shivered. "It's as if she's still looking for someone to play with." These tales, woven with history and legend, invite us to explore the unknown. We, as true believers, find both fear and fascination in these stories. May these stories stir your curiosity and chill your spine. Until next time, dear listeners, remember, the next ghostly encounter might be just around the corner.